Now let's check back in with Zuko as he gets ready to see his uncle after all of this time. This is a very big moment. We don't know how it's going to go. In fact, it's such a big moment that Zuko kind of freaks out and doesn't know if he can even do it. And then
Yeah.
Katara gives him a little speech about hope, and that does
Yeah.
the trick.
Zuko, you're sorry for what you did, right?
More sorry than I've been about anything in my entire life.
Then he'll forgive you. He will.
What did you guys think in this moment? What did you think? Did you expect he was going to like scream at him, slap him? What did you want? What did you expect?
So emotional.
Oh, before, like when Zuko does go in.
Yeah, yeah.
He's snoring.
It's definitely a little bit of a anticlimax when he goes in and he's like
snoring.
so ready, he's geared himself up, and then Iroh's just fast asleep. You're like, well, this
Yeah.
isn't how I.
And I was feeling
pictured
something.
it.
I'm like, oh, he's snoring.
Like
But
something's gonna happen. No, he's fast asleep, and then you just let him sleep, which is very respectful
what
and
are you
sweet.
gonna do?
Yeah,
His uncle.
he's snoring
Wake
up a
the
storm.
dragon. No.
Don't wake the. Well, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Dante, did you feel, because he the way Zuko's like, oh, he's gonna be so angry, he's gonna hate me, he's gonna be mad at me.
Yeah.
Iroh's one of those characters I'm like, I find it hard to imagine him really, really angry.
I know,
But
But when you did someone wrong, in your heart you did the wrong thing. It's still hard, I would think Jan's one of the nicest people I know, but if I did something that I think was like mean to her or something, even though I don't think she would yell at me, I would be very reluctant to go
absolutely
face her.
right.
That's right. It's all worked. All of my planning and plotting has worked.
I haven't done anything,
He
any
knows
transgressions
place.
against her, but if I had a transgression against her, even though I think she's one of the nicest people ever, I would still feel a little reluctance.
That makes sense.
And he does.
Yes.
I mean, don't they have kind of a confrontation where Iroh raises his voice. He is like frustrated and,
Yeah. There was a lot.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, and the way he iced him out when he was in prison. Yeah,
Yeah.
he can make
and
himself.
remember
his feelings
how
heard.
actor Zuko just pushed Iroh to the floor and says, "I hate you
I hate you for all time. You
for
smell
all time.
and I
You
hate
smell
you for
and
all
I hate
time."
you for all time."
That's right. That's right. But also, too, I would say, that thing where sometimes the person who did the thing can only imagine the other person
Right.
reacting as they might react.
Yeah.
So Zuko is so familiar with the
ooh.
feeling of being angry or the feeling of being betrayed or feeling frustrated and upset that like he's projecting
feeling
his
of being
own feelings
abused.
about himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Onto Iroh and not really necessarily seeing Iroh with clear eyes. He's thinking more
Oh.
like, well, this is how I would feel if I were him, or, this is what I deserve.
Right.
And so you get so caught
Yeah.
up in your own vision of that you need someone like Katara and eventually someone
Yeah.
like Iroh to say, this isn't that,
Right. Which we're gonna get to. Which we're gonna get
Which we'll
to.
get to.
It's heavy. It's heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now we get back to Aang, who now has a chat with Avatar Yang Chen about being peaceful and spiritual. Yang Chen certainly understands, she's an air nomad.
Yeah. If you're going to get the answer you want, this is probably your best chance.
Right. And I recently read the Yang Chen book, so I was like, oh, it's good to see Yang Chen.
Yeah.
And I thought for a second Yang Chen would be like, yeah, you're right. We're air nomads.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't kill Ozai. But however, also,
Yeah.
she pretty much says without saying it in like black and white, kill him.
I mean,
Gotta
she's like,
kill
this
him.
is bigger than you, which
Yeah.
is fair. That's a fair thing to say,
Sometimes you gotta do it. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought it looks like Aang's gonna have to kill Ozai. And now we're back at the camp, and Zuko gets the chance to speak to Iroh from the heart. And Varney, you ready for it? Get your tissues
I
ready.
don't know if I am
'cause
ready for this.
Uncle, I know you must have mixed feelings about seeing me. But I want you to know, I am so sorry, Uncle. I am so sorry and ashamed of what I did. I don't know how I can ever make it up to you, but How can you forgive me so easily? I thought you would be furious with me.
I was never angry with you. I was sad because I was afraid you lost your way.
I did lose my way.
But you found it again. And you did it by yourself. And I am so happy you found your way here.
Everybody ready to keep going?
Barney,
you ready? That's so.
Give me 1 second. It's so good.
When he hugs him, out like you think like it. You know that happens. It just happens. You know, as an audience member, because it's so weird how he's like, Zuko's trying to apologize, and then like Iroh just grabs him.
Yeah.
As you feel like Iroh grabbed you and gave you a hug in that moment.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even talk.
Absolutely. Oh, that's great. And also, I will say, I've had the pleasure of hearing Greg say those words.
Yeah.
Greg Baldwin say those words, kind of honoring Mako at conventions, and same thing happens. Like when he
That's
brings
so
that scene up in front of a live audience, I just start crying, and then I'm really mad at Greg Baldwin. Like, how dare you? How dare you bring me back to that? All right.
So now we see that the island Aang and Momo are on is moving, and it's much, much more than an island.
Yeah. Yeah. And then back at the White Lotus camp, Zuko and the gang plead for Iroh to join them, which makes sense, right? You would say, like, well, we've got you now. You got to help us fight against the Father Lord. I mean, the Fire Lord.
Fire Lord.
Right?
Exactly.
But Iroh says it can only be the Avatar who defeats Ozai. For the good of the world, Aang needs to be the person who stops Ozai. And not only that, but he doesn't want to be the new Fire Lord. Iroh's like, no. This is not the time and place for me to move into that position. But that's a fair thing for Zuko to imagine happening. But no, he actually says it has to be someone who really, a new mind, an idealist, someone who knows the true value of honor.
Yeah.
Zuko, we knew your obsession with honor was going to pay off someday.
I know.
It finally paid off. And then we have this beautiful moment where it's revealed that Iroh has had this vision about taking Ba Sing Se, and that he has now realized there are different ways to interpret visions if you have them. So it might not mean what you think it means. He realizes, yes, I am supposed to take Ba Sing Se back from Ozai so that it can be free, which is a beautiful idea. And it just goes back to the idea of like, what is destiny? What is the destiny you make for yourself?
Right.
And those things have to be interplaying with each other at all times, which is kind of what Crook says too. You can't just be passive. Some things are destined, but you're shaping it along the way. So he's going to do that. Now it's time for everyone to take next steps. Katara and Zuko will face Azula. Sokka, Suki, and Toph will take an eelhound, love an eelhound, to intercept the airship fleet to help save Ba Sing Se.
Meanwhile, what about Aang and Momo? They've been gone for a little while.
Yeah.
And their island is moving. And now, well, Aang is face to face with a lion turtle. What will this ancient holy creature have to say about Aang's conundrum?
The true mind can weather all the lies and illusions without being lost. The true heart can tough the poison of hatred without being harmed. Since beginningless time, darkness thrives in the void, but always yields to purifying light.
Bend your ear for ad-free episodes with Avatar Braving the Elements Premium.
Subscribe today on Apple Podcasts.